Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BackgroundMeNot.com show where I talk about how to overcome a criminal record. I'm Harley Blakeman, founder of BackgroundMeNot.com. Please subscribe. Every week I'm talking about how to overcome a criminal record and how to really reach your goals and live the life you want, even with a felony. So in this video, I'm really going to talk about what it takes to get there, what it takes to overcome your past and truly free yourself of your criminal record. And I have plenty of videos that are tactical, telling you how to do specific things or what the best thing to do in specific situations. But in this video, I want to talk about characteristics of your mindset. So everyone just says, be honest, don't give up, the typical things. But most people who tell you that don't really know what it's like to have a felony. So I went to prison when I was 19. I did a little over a year in prison, and I'm still on papers almost 8 years later. But my life is honestly great. I have no problems at all, other than me knowing that I have a felony. People looking into my life from the outside would probably never know, other than the fact that I make it open. I talk about it. So tip number one is persistence. Don't give up. You know, they say, who was it? It was Martin Luther King that said, if you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl, but just keep moving. So this idea stands so true. Now, this is the common sentiment of don't give up, but what I'm going to tell you is a little more real. So if you have a job interview, you have to do maybe 10 job interviews. Maybe you have to do 30 job interviews before you get the job that you want. But the key here is that you keep trying, because realistically, you are going to get a job if you keep trying. Like, probability, it has to happen. So what you want to do is just make the number of applications you put in, the bigger that number is, the more likely your chances. The more interviews you do, the bigger that number is, the more likely your chances. So really, there's a book right here behind me I'm reading, Grant Cardone's 10X, the 10X rule. It really is a great tool for felons, because when we're trying to do things, there's a lot less chance that we're going to get something that maybe someone else would get. And in this book, it talks about, it's talking about sales or business, but it applies to us as well, is that do 10 times what the average person does, and it's going to work out for you. If you do 10 times the normal amount of effort, if it's applying for jobs, if it's interviewing, if it's looking for an apartment, if it's networking, if it's trying to grow your business, whatever it is, just do 10 times the effort. And honestly, you'll be great. You'll be better off than people without felony criminal records. Okay? So that's the first one, is persistence. The next one is network. Look, with felonies on your criminal record, you cannot afford to be antisocial. I know it's something you might feel ashamed about. It's something you know that you're supposed to hide. Like, the society doesn't want felons out doing great things. But what I'm telling you is you got to think the opposite. You got to think, I'm going to be a good person, I'm going to be hardworking, and I'm not going to give up on my goals, and I'm going to let people know that I've made mistakes in my life and I'm working to overcome them. So when I was in college, I told professors about my past, and I said, look, how can you help me? Because all I want to do is learn how to overcome it. I'm studying business administration. You're my professor. What can I do to really leverage my time here in college to have a better outcome? And at the end of college, I had several professors write me letters of recommendation that helped me get a job. Now, you might say, well, you have those people to write you letters of recommendation, and maybe you don't. Maybe I did, maybe you don't. But the fact is I didn't either. I got them. I went out there and I networked. I talked to people. I told them my story, and I showed them I was working hard, that I was committed, that I was not going to give up on my goals. And those people saw that in me, and they were willing to help. I also wrote my book in my senior year of college when I got my first career after college. That book's Grit, Grit, How to Get a Job and Build a Career with a Criminal Record. And in that book, I got a bunch of press. I reached out to all the media in Columbus, Ohio, and they covered my story. They covered my book launch on the news. And now, if you Google my name, instead of seeing mugshots, all you see is stories about how I have a criminal record and how I've been to prison. But those stories are positively told. They're told as, I've built myself up to now I can help others. So even though you might not write a book, you might not publish it, the point is that hiding it's not going to help you, because then no one knows. No one knows about you at all. And if you go tell people, as long as you're letting them know you're hardworking, you're here to grow, you're here to learn, you're here to be a better person, getting out there, networking, and telling people your story will end up paying you off, because people like an underdog. People want to see someone who came from the bottom reach the top, especially if they're working hard. So my advice to you is keep on going and 10x it. This is the book, 10x. You have to do 10 times what other people will do. All right? Do 10 times what other people do, and get out there and network and tell people. Because if you're willing to work 10 times harder than other people and people know about you, you're going to end up getting what you want. So those are 2 pieces of advice from Harley Blakeman, myself. I hope that they help you. Now, if you want more information, please go to backgroundmenot.com and check it out. You can use promo code NEW25. NEW25 will get you 25% off a membership. Please subscribe, like my videos. Please leave me a comment if you want me to talk about anything else. Until next time, I'm Harley Blakeman. Thank you for watching The Background Me Not Show.